Hello, I'm Stephanie Cleary. Welcome to Parenting Inspirations. Today we're going to talk about protecting young children from adult conversations. Why would we do that? Well, we all know that what we say and do in front of children is absorbed. We've learned this from past episodes, and of course I'm sure from your parenting and digging into the consciousness of children. But sometimes in our lives we forget that our children are right near us when we're having some serious conversations or difficult conversations, or even playing the news in the background, or even exposing children to certain movies or television shows. We don't realize the impact it has on the young child, the seeds that are getting planted into their consciousness for the future that will affect them. Sometimes when they take in these negative conversations or intakes from media, they will act them out in the world around them because they don't know how to process them. So I'm having this conversation today, really zeroing in on adult conversation. So just to give an example of what it does when a child takes it in. Imagine that two parents or adults in a household have an argument in front of a child. The child will take that in, and if there is no resolve for the child is kind of left in this nowhere space with not knowing how to process it. They take on the nervousness from what they experienced, but they don't know what to do with it. So I know that in the real world, dear parents, we can't always avoid a little maybe argument or upset in front of the children. But when we bring consciousness in, we might be able to put it aside and say to our spouse or a partner, let's talk about this later tonight, and take a deep breath and know that you will get to it when the little ones aren't around. When it does happen that an argument happens in front of the little one, make sure that there's resolve. So even if you're not quite ready for it, take that deep breath, it's worth it, and just say to your spouse or partner, I'm sorry. Gee, I really said that in a sharp way. And maybe give a hug in front of the child and let them take that in, that resolve. What that will do for your child, picture in the future when they're in school and they have an argument or they do something that wasn't so kind to another child. They will then have planted in them that ability to put the ego aside and go up to that child and say, I'm sorry, and have a hug. So that lesson of resolve, that seed that we plant, goes in so deep. So many times we'll have something happen in front of the children and we brush it aside with our own anger, and we're not ready to have forgiveness or go through the motions in front of them, but we don't realize that they're left in this wide open space of confusion. So showing them resolve is a wonderful, wonderful way to grow them into healthy children that will have communications with their classmates and friends in the future. Also, if you think about it, a lot of times we have unnecessary conversations in front of children. Even maybe a sister calls on the phone and they have some gossip about a neighbor and you get wrapped up in it and you're really talking about somebody, not in your highest and best. Well, think about what the child is taking in. They're taking in that that's okay, to talk about somebody and to get onto that level. So be aware, if you really feel you need to sort something through with an adult, make sure the child's not in earshot or absorbing you in any way. And I'll just end with this note. Kim John Payne in Simplicity Parenting uses this wonderful acronym as a reminder for parents. WAIT, wait. Why am I talking? So a lot of times in front of children, we could remember that acronym and ask ourselves, why am I talking? And that will avoid a lot of unnecessary seeds being planted in the consciousness of our young children. Have a great day.